question tonight is, why upgrade to a radio amateur general license? Now, this question is for all technicians, and if you're listening in and are an FRS or GMRS operator, this question is also for you, so please proceed to slide 2. One of the biggest advantages of upgrading to general class license from a technician or other is the number of bands or frequencies that open up to you. Generally, from 3 to 30 megahertz are the ones that open up, and there are some that are lower and some that are higher, but the HF band, 3 to 30 megahertz frequencies, are the one most people will use. So with those, you open up a great deal of opportunities to communicate. Let's go to slide 3. Now, one of the big advantages of these frequencies are the distances that you can communicate. Now, depending on the band and the conditions and the setup you have, you can communicate as far and or as near as you need. Now, here we can look at some long-distance skywave propagation. If you want to talk to somebody across the ocean or across the nation, it's usually by skywave propagation. If you just want to contact somebody like in Salt Lake, a near vertical incident skywave is probably the best way, and there are different ways of configuring your antennas and equipment to accomplish these two means of communications. Let's go to slide 4. Now, a lot of people become radio amateurs for the purpose of emergency communications. And as a technician, you're limited mostly to line-of-sight communications. But as a general license holder, your area of emergency communication expands greatly. Now, during most large disasters, they'll have a team of communicators that will stand up an emergency net on specific HF frequencies, which are communicated around so that operators can listen in or help or just stay off the frequencies so that not to interfere with the emergency response. Go to slide 5. When you're studying for your general test, you'll gain a greater understanding of amateur radio. It's about the same type of test as you took for your technician. It's a 35-question test, and you must get 74% to pass. Now, these questions are a little more technical than technician, and there's some other new regulations you'll need to learn. But generally, it's about the same thing as you had for your technician test. This is KE7THQ with tonight's training. Let's go to slide 6. With more frequencies open to you, you will need different radios to cover these frequencies. Now, some people only work with low power, which is QRP. Others will operate at 100 watts or less, and some people will go all the way up to 1,500 watts, and this will require different types of equipment, different types of antennas, and just a chance to spend money, if you will. Let's move to slide 7. With more frequencies, you'll also need different antennas. Now, this also gives you an opportunity to learn more antenna theory and study what types of antennas you can afford and what types you would maybe be allowed to have and install in your station. And if you study the antenna theory, you'll be able to learn how to set it up for the type of communications you wish to participate in. Let's move to slide 8. I would encourage each FRS operator and GMRS operator to obtain their amateur radio license and upgrade to general. And technician license holders also consider upgrading to a general license. You will become a more effective and knowledgeable emergency communicator. Let's move to slide 9. This is the last slide. Are there any questions, comments, or any questions or comments? Please come now with your call sign. There there was a station that tried. Could you try again?
KE7THQ.
Is it STM? Go ahead.
This is David in the Shelley Stake KE7THQ. So in November of 2022, I ordered my ICOM 7300, and in February of 2025, I got my general license. So for greater than 2 years, I listened in on HF and found a whole new world of radio. I thought 2 meters was sufficient for me, and I expanded to 70 centimeters. But when I went to HF, it's been remarkable. To me, it's a tool. I'm not a hobbyist. However, it's been pretty exciting to see the expanse of the abilities of HF. There aren't very many test sessions for general. So what I did is I simply got went on the hamstudy.com, went through the general test, and I just kept going through the test until I get all the questions correct. I didn't take the test and then start over. I just kept going through it and through it and through it and through it until there were no more questions left because I had answered them all. Then I contacted them via email. Within 20 minutes, they set me up on a Zoom call. I took the test. To my absolute amazement, I got 100% correct. I was very concerned I was not going to pass the qualifications, and I have been enjoying now since then to be able to communicate. Love it. Highly recommend it.
Thank you very much, Dave, for that encouragement. And all of the things that you said are absolutely correct, and I sure appreciate your comments tonight. Any other comments or questions tonight, please call now.
KC7IHV.
KC7IHV, go ahead.
I have a couple of comments. First, I guess it's a question. Where'd you get a picture of my equipment and my antennas? Anyway, enough of that. As part of the United States, it used to be North America, now it's United States Central area, which we live. It goes from eastern Oregon to Chicago, Canadian border down a ways, and most of that area is going to be covered by people like us and others throughout that area on HF. 2 meters ain't going to make it, regardless of the language or what you do. So getting an HF rig, getting your general class or extra class license, those kind of things are going to be utilized a little bit more now, and that's just something that, and we do have priesthood leadership that's pushing this, so we're not here in a vacuum anymore. But again, I'm not sure where you got the pictures of my shack, but I'll let you go there. Back to the training.
In answer to your first question, we have a secret source for those pictures that we're unable to reveal at this time. And you're absolutely correct. We've got a large area to cover, and HF is the only way we're going to cover it in case of a large emergency. Any other questions or comments, please call now.
KE7THQ.
HTH, go ahead.
Same sentiment that the first gentleman had. I had my technician license for years, and a couple of years ago I studied for my general test when we had that opportunity to, and sweating bullets, passed the first time, and now I enjoy the opportunity to get on HF and talk with people all over the place, especially you think that first time you get to talk to somebody clear from a different state, no wires and no 2 meter. It is phenomenal. What a rush.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And it is. It's quite an enjoyable thing when you get on HF and can communicate with people anywhere, really. Thank you. Any other questions or comments, please call now.
KM4QAA.
KE7THQ, go ahead.
Yes, I had to laugh when you mentioned that getting your general ticket opens up a whole new world of spending. So thanks a lot for that, and thanks for the training tonight.
Thank you. Yes, it does. It opens up a lot more spending, not just for radios, although that's a big part of it, but you've got antennas too. So you do need to plan on that when you go to HF. But there are ways of minimizing the amount of money you have to spend, because there's a lot of equipment that you can buy secondhand. You can manufacture antennas for a lot less than you can pay for, than you can buy them for, and they work wonderfully when you spend the time to do it right. Thank you very much for those comments. Any other questions or comments?
KE7HTH again.
Go ahead.
Just one other question. What's the possibility of getting an extra class together?
That I wouldn't know. You could contact Todd up in Rexburg and see if he's got one available. I really have ever heard of an extra class being held. I myself and probably most others have just studied it on our own.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Any other questions or comments? Okay, I just barely heard that. Any relays for that one?
W7SBE.
W7SBE, go ahead.
I got my novice in 1955, and then a year and a half later I got my general. And when I went to HF, well, I was HF anyway, back in those days. That was the days before transceivers. In fact, I used a Johnson Viking 2 and a Hallicrafter's SX28 was my radio. But I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. I enjoyed it. And on HF, I talked to over 200 countries, got my DXCC and everything.
Thank you very much. Appreciate those comments and that encouragement for other people to get their general class licenses. Any other questions or comments? Please call now. Nothing heard. Thank you very much, everyone, for your participation and for all the great comments tonight. With that, I'll turn it back over to KC7IHV Net Control.